Oh, we're doing Star Trek now. Oh, nice.
Hey, it's actually good
I'm
news,
like,
guys.
I was already on the other one. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So we're gonna save the other one for last. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So Anson Mount sends message to old school fans as Star Trek Strange New Worlds begin finale shoot.
Yeah, man.
What is
This
that? What
is
is this headline, bro? This is a mess. Who
it
wrote
is a
that?
total mess, but it sings to me. It sings to my heart.
Okay, you're an old school fan.
Obviously, I'm the TOS lover here, right?
Yeah, that's true. You are.
You know, because I was born, of course, after Star Trek came out, but it was hot in syndication when I was a kid. So, um, you know, I feel strongly about this, and we're gonna doing a bigger video on this going forward. But I believe, and I think you believe as well, that Star Trek: Strange New Worlds is going to revisit the type of Star Trek that we are used to and that we want to see more of. And I think that this is the excuse that the studio needs to kind of give us something more of more the way we've seen Trek over the years, where it's more episodic,
Right.
a little more light.
Serialized.
No,
Not
not
serialized. I'm sorry. You're right. Week to,
episodic.
whatever. Week to week. Freak of the week.
Freak of the week. I think we're gonna have more of that. It's gonna be lighter. Some of the things that Anson Mount talks about, they keep sending out these messages saying, "Hey guys, you're gonna like this." He basically what happened was
I'm fighting a Gorn, guys.
I'm fighting a Gorn. They're shooting the final episode of season 1, and this was back on July 7th. So he basically said, "We're very excited to see what we're trying to pull off with this one." He's getting to do things he's never attempted as an actor. So much fun. And he's got pretty good range, so that's interesting. You know that he said that.
I wonder what that means.
Yeah, what is he trying that he's never done before?
Time travel.
Nah, it's not an actor thing. I mean, how do you act that? I'm talking about acting.
I don't know.
You know, it's like I think that they are gonna. I think what's going to happen is they're going to go this route in hopes of bringing our old. You know, this is an apology. Star Trek. This is. I don't want to give away too much. We're going to do more about this. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is an apology to fans. I'm just going to say it here now. It's an apology to fans. It was not intended to be a series. Nothing happened. You bring in Anson Mount and Captain Pike into Discovery, and all of a sudden the old fans go, oh, there's something here that we like.
And Rebecca Romaine, too. So I haven't seen anything bad. Some people complained about her on the series, and every moment that she was in Discovery, I was totally happy with.
Well, Ethan Peck is the only sus thing here.
Yeah, he's super sus.
So we but I'm not worrying about Spock right now. We got Spock overload. So I'm thinking about Captain Pike. I'm thinking about number 1, and let's hope that Ethan Peck can grow into a proper Spock.
And I want to see my Bones McCoy.
Well, you might see that. It's interesting. I don't think you're going to see him in the first season. They weren't part of the crew on board the Enterprise when Pike was in charge.
The pilot? Who was the doctor and the pilot?
It's funny. I think the doctor was like this old white dude.
Interesting.
If I think back to the pilot. He
didn't
play a huge role.
I thought he was on the ship before Kirk was, though.
If you go back to, you don't really get a like Kirk, here's your shit moment.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
you don't get that. So honestly, we don't really know,
right?
How that happened. We know that Spock was around before Kirk. We know that. But if Strange New Worlds does well, I can see an introduction of those characters in seasons 2 or 3. And I got to tell you, I know some people are scared about that and they're worried about it. But if this is done right, I'm telling you, this can save Star Trek. It can save Star Trek for the fans who don't like this new dystopian, edgy, non-hopeful future that we are living in right now in CBS's current universe.
Yeah, guys, let them save face, okay?
Let them. Yeah,
listen, like CBS, Paramount, they're never going to admit that Discovery was a mistake. They're not going to do that.
Never going to.
They're going to send it to the future. They're going to make it so classified that Spock can't even talk about it to his best friend. Okay, I get it.
Ever.
Yeah, guys, I mean, we understand what this is. You got to accept it as what it is. They're being like, look, we're not going to admit that this was a major misstep. But we're gonna do the next best thing. We're gonna send it so far away that it can't mess with you anymore, and we're gonna never. They literally said we're never gonna talk about this again. The characters in the show are like, we're never speaking of this. Like, come on, guys, this is like a soft apology almost.
Yeah, and then we're gonna give you a series that is more aligned with what you're going to enjoy.
So, yeah, with the uniforms that you expect, the aesthetics you expect, the ship, the stuff you expect, And here's the deal: I know what you're saying. Why aren't they wearing Discovery uniforms? Guys, stop. Just let that part of it go. They sent it away. They sent the offending person out of the room, and they said, "Let's not talk about it."
They sent what?
If my wife and I were fighting, and she did something I appreciate, if she walked in and she said, "You know what? I don't want to talk about it anymore." Hey, I could deal with that. Let's
if you get to move on, yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's move on. Because I like Star Trek, and I want good Star Trek. If this is their attempt, so I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. We're not optimistic people, so
we aren't.
I mean, we're cautiously optimistic when it comes to this.
Well, I have hope. The reason why we still do this is because I believe that it's possible to get there. Now, a lot of our fans and a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, no matter what Alex Kurtzman does, it's done. There's nothing they can do. Trek is dead." No matter what. And listen, from what we've seen so far, there's a lot of truth to that. But I have hope that they're going to eventually find their way. And some of the things that are plaguing our country now that are causing this idiocy that we're getting in Hollywood will slowly die down, and what makes money will continue to make money. I can only imagine that they did not like their Discovery viewing numbers from the last season of Discovery.
Yeah, when you have more people pirating your content than watching, you've failed.
Yeah, 100%. So, Strange New Worlds, guys. It's
gonna be good.
Go out and watch. Go out and watch the TOS if you can stomach it. I know it's old for some people. Go out and watch the TOS pilot episode, and then go back and watch in TOS. There was an episode where Spock basically goes and tries to save Pike now that he's in a wheelchair, and Pike's trying to get back to the planet that he went and visited during the pilot episode. Go watch those 2 or 3 episodes, and get ready, because this is going to be interesting. And plus, if you can stomach some of Discovery season 2, you get some more build up there too.
Yeah, guys. And again, we're not being an apologist. We're just saying, hey, this looks good. That looks good. We like what we saw of Captain Pike and that crew for the most part. I can definitely get on board with something like this, and hopefully it works out. And you know what? I think it will.
So, I'm gonna like it till I don't like it.
And you know what? You know what? Hating something before you've seen it, that's just silly.
Yeah,
it's silly. I understand to hate something like, well, I don't know. The
trust is broken.
It's not even costing you anything. Shut up.
No, but the trust is broken, so that's difficult. True. And if it is costing you something, which it will, it costs you a subscription to watch it, to get that disappointment. So there is that, and I get that. I get the frustration. But if they're going to try to fix it, at least give them a chance to. And then if it's not good, then you can continue to throw poop at the wall.
Hey,
and that's
you can wait too. You can wait and see what the general consensus is before signing up for that
good idea.
2-week trial and binge watching every episode.
Like Picard is not the best paid series.
It's totally possible for it not to cost you anything. Okay.
Yeah.
You can get a 2-week trial after the series ends.
Watch the whole thing.
And
Picard is not well made at all, but there are member berries in there that make me happy. And so I'm going to continue to watch it as long as Picard and 7 of 9 are there. And if I have to tolerate a bunch of poor craftsmanship and poor workmanship.
But you don't understand how bad it is, though. Like,
well, you've got that. You've already got a problem with that.
I know. No, it's not. No, yeah, but it's not just about the quality. Okay, I'm talking about like. For instance, okay. All right. Here's 7 and 9. Here's Captain Rios, right? And they're sitting on.
I didn't realize Captain Rios was so short.
All right.
No, he might be. I don't know. I can't remember.
But they're sitting outside on the second to last episode, right? And they're talking. 7 and 9's Tia pouring her out to him, and they're talking about boy. This is a cool moment, but the camera shows this angle, right?
Right.
7 here, Rios there, and then the camera angle swaps mid-sentence and shows this angle.
No, it did not.
Yes.
Did it really?
Yes. And then it swaps again and has like an extreme angle where it's showing 7 and 9 literally blocking Rios.
No, they didn't
cross again and it shows head on. Why are there so many camera movements in a single conversation? It's so crazy.
Well, that is very, I mean, if that's the case and they cross the line, that's called crossing the line. If that's the case, you never go from 90 degree to 90 degree shot because it throws the audience off.
Yes, exactly, bro. And I understand that as an amateur. And I look at that and I go, I couldn't. Every time someone else started talking, they would do that thing where they lead, and I get it. This is a trick to keep attention for the ADD folks like myself. But they purposely lead in, right? So let's say I'm looking at this person that's talking, and then this person over here starts talking. They lead that audio in first before they change the camera.
Yes, yeah.
Right? So that it feels like a natural, the same way you would turn your head.
Right.
It's natural. Except for you have to make believe that the person that's here is turning his head. He's not walking around and looking at the guy from another angle.
That's true. No, that's a good point. So if they made those kind of silly amateur mistakes, I can only imagine it's because they didn't have the shot from the proper angle and they were forced to do it, because I don't know a director who could get a second job that would happen to legitimately.
I think they were trying to make the conversation feel uncomfortable and they just went too far.
Maybe. I mean, that conversation's important, as hopefully we'll talk about in our next segment when we start talking about our Popcast Prime video. But you know, that conversation actually was important to the show, I believe. And
I mean, it shows growth, 7-9 growth.
Yeah, it shows growth. And
we're way off topic, so let's get back on.
Oh, we're still in Star Trek, so that's what's important here.
That's true. Technically.
So Strange New Worlds, guys, give it a shot. You know, give it a chance.
Give it a chance.
You know, use a buddy's subscription if you don't want to pay for it.
Trial. Email accounts are free, guys. A trial.
Well, let me tell you what's going to happen if it's not good.
Privacy.com. You can make as many credit cards as you want.
If it's not good, Anson Mount is really putting his butt out there, because he has said so many times now that this is going to be like TOS, that this is going to be a throwback to old Star Trek. He said it so many times that if it's not, he will have no credibility.
Man, that's already a step up from that Isaacs guy when he was like, "Yo, you don't like it? Suck it." Remember
Jason Isaacs? Yeah, Jason. I think
before
Jason
Discovery even came out, he's like, "Oh, regular fans aren't gonna like this, so screw them." Like, whoa, dude, the show hasn't even aired yet.
That was terrible.
Thanks for watching. To see the full conversation, become a member of the Popcast family. Use the link in the description below, or go to our channel and click the join button. Select your tier, and we'll see you at the next show.